Okay, hello and welcome to another randomised gaming stream. I am your host, Random Gamer Riven. Apologies for the slight delay to start. I'm just making a quick cup of tea before I begin. So today we're going to be taking a look at the classic Gamecube, and it was released on PS2 and Xbox driving game Burnout 2 Point of Impact. Fair to say there's been a few games in the Burnout series, and I think Point of Impact was probably one of the best. I think this and Burnout Paradise are probably the two best games in the series if you were to ask me directly. The original Burnout was quite good, but I think it was still sort of a work in progress at that point. And then the later one, sadly the series has been given pretty much a hiatus for some time now, and we're still waiting on a new one. So this is, like I said, probably the best outing in the series. I just want to take you over to the options. It does have an aspect ratio one, but I'm leaving 4:3. One of the reasons being the GameCube doesn't actually do proper widescreen. It doesn't set to 16:9. It puts 4:3 into a 16:9 ratio. So what that means is you've still got 4:3 picture, but you're putting it to 16, crushing it. They're best expanded. But basically, it's not a good way to do widescreen because you lose a lot of detail. In fact, we noticed on quite a few games, you actually get, although you get slightly bigger picture error in widescreen, some of the details is actually lost because it's not true 4:3. It's not true 480p widescreen. It's widescreen in a 4:3 480p window, not a 16:9 resolution. Going to start by going through the early missions on Burnout 2. So you can see there, it's a pretty manic game from the get-go, and the first objective is to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Three, two, one, go!
So literally that's what I'm going to do. I am literally going to be driving on the wrong side of the road. Get the score up, so there we go. See the final score I can get. That's how you start a Burnout game, crashing spectacular. So basically you get bronze awards, silver screenplay, that's terrible. You should have got gold from the get-go. Basically, your objective to do is the. So you start with, before you get to the crash mode, said this tutorial section. I do quite like the whole sort of tutorial section that eases in you gently into the crash mania that is Burnout 2. So the aim of the game pretty much is racing and crashing. Silver? Only silver?
3, 2, 1, go!
That's better. Gold award there. So that basically probably is the best setup for the game ever, driving down the wrong speed. Near misses early boost. And this tutorial sets up the sort of mechanics nicely. So basically, pass close to each other is kind of what I was doing in the previous when we were driving down the wrong way. Well, pass close to each other to get boosts. This game has a wealth of modes. And really is probably one of my all-time favourite driving games on Cube. Maybe the best one, but certainly when it comes to sort of realistic racing. This is one of the more sort of funnish, I say realistic loosely, because you're basically driving realistically looking-ish cars. Before you start having to dodge and crash and all sorts in this. But this game is just purely a lot of fun, which is one of the things I think made Burnout such a big hit. Burnout 2 really was literally got everything just about right, I think. You had the right sort of... There was something about Burnout 3 that didn't quite hit the mark of Burnout Takedown. I think I quite preferred the environments in Burnout 2 as they're a bit more realistic. But they're a bit more sort of like you were driving down actual roads. Burnout 3 felt a bit more...
3, 2, 1, go!
Race drift around the corner. That'll do, I'll just move on to the next one. I mean, basically this is about, Burnout is primarily about when you're not crashing, it's driving as badly as possible. Something you wouldn't be doing in real life, so you wouldn't be driving down. Basically it's times like if you wanted to go crazy on the road, so to speak, this is sort of everything you wouldn't do in real life because it would be highly dangerous driving down. You're just driving the wrong way down the streets, driving over bumps at fast speeds and everything. It's sort of... If you were the villain in a police chase, this is what this whole game reminds me of. That you're trying to get away from whatever, driving as fast as possible, breaking every road. And the GameCube version is actually pretty solid. I'm actually forcing this via Swish into 480p because this is not a native 480p game in Europe, certainly. I've had to use Swish to force it to 480p.
3, 2, 1, go!
Filling the boost bars faster than to do oncoming traffic and stuff. And by the way, if anyone's watching this and has suggestions for tomorrow's stream, let me know. I think at the minute we'll be looking at probably more GameCube stuff in the short term, as that's the console I've set up. But of course, as we've got the Game Boy Advance player, we can always do some GBA games as well. So we've got GameCube and GBA, which is quite a nice setup, I think, at the minute. That is what Burnout is all about. Spectacular crashes, even though at the minute I'm supposed to be boosting and not crashing. Okay, that was a bronze award, that one, or I'll give it a quick another shot. Now compete in championship mode, so that's basically the main mode unlocked quickly.
2, 1, go!
It's just quickly showing this tutorial is quite nice just to show you how the game works before we start going into the crazy driving. As you can see from the fact that the boost goes on when you're driving the wrong way down the road, the aim is to simply drive as bad as possible while trying not to crash into everything. Now, as you expect for this type of era games, it is packed with extra content, which was another high point of. So let's go, we go to champ mode now. But there is, like I said, a huge amount of sort of time. You know what, let's jump to some crash junctions from the get-go just because they're such fun. Right, which car should we pick? We've got the compact, the SUV, the coupe, the pickup, the sport, the roadster, the muscle. Of course, all loosely based on cars. None of them are real, basically all based on actual models, but not using actual model licenses. Rush down here and cause as much damage as you can. Let's go for downhill demolition.
Three, two, one, go!
See how much carnage I can cause in the time. So basically the aim is just literally to crash into everything. Probably crashed into someone a bit early. Yeah. Now, of course, I would say don't try this at home, kids, so to speak. That wasn't particularly good crash there. So you have 1 million. Congratulations, you want to still from it. You can do better than that. I want to cause absolute mayhem. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go!
So let's see if we cause a bit more mayhem this time. The crash will take a bit bigger. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's a bit. That was a bit more impressive. Oh, we only never really got the end though. I didn't crash into the. Still a goal, but this gives you the idea of the sort of starting crashes and how much fun you can have with this. Closer to the actual main point when it hits. Because the way these crashes work out, the cars are all the same in the same positions. So basically knowing where they are is really getting those crashes out there. And that was a bit of an underwhelming crash, I have to admit. Well, I've already run silver on that one. Goes to the next zone. So basically the aim is to sort of work out where your best place to crash a particular car is and then just have, of course, havoc on the coastal roads. So you need to, basically all the cars are preset in this mode, so you have to work out which is the best vehicle to hit to cause the maximum destruction. With that 5 million. Some of them I just remember having to just literally drive down as fast as you can, crash into the first car. It's, getting down to the junction itself quicker is always quite helpful. Did that one again? Yes, we got the mayhem. Okay, yep. We absolutely scuppered at that time. You see the total carnage. Of course, they said don't try this at home, but yeah, we got 3 million, or nearly 10 million. There's nearly 10 million in crash damage. Jump to the next one. Good, jump to the next zone. Get L1 hit as many buses as possible.
3, 2, 1, go! As I said, all the vehicles are preset, so it's actually learning which ones to hit as you drive around. Three, two, one. probably should have hit it from that way, gone for the buses. Medal. Yeah, so we unlocked three more crash junctions. This game is packed full of extras. Supposedly on the back of the box, the GameCube one said it had 3 additional crash junctions. So actually no, 15 extra crash junctions for Crash Junction. Oh, that's right, 15 extra crashes for Cash Junction. Not exactly sure which were the extra ones, but that's what the box said. Nice, you've got lots of after crashes there, which is what you want. You want like one crash, so ideally you want a big vehicle that goes sideways, and then you want everything else to kamikaze into it spectacularly. Just to mount up those points. And ideally if you've got multiple lanes, getting something to go across like all the lanes is just the perfect to watch it. Cars crashing everything left, right and centre. Back to the main game that I actually look at. So we've got Crash, defensive driving, that's the look at some of the championship there. Let's do why would I want the SUV? That one's only got better control. Got better than the last one, so let's go with the Roadster. Tournament championship races, primarily the best way to unlock everything. In fact, a lot of the content comes via that you unlock in this comes via basically driving and winning races. But there's just so much fun to Burnout because you're not just winning races, you're winning races in style by crashing through just about everything going, or in some cases trying to not crash things. But as I said, the aim of the game is to drive as badly as possible some of the races without crashing so you can turbo boost, so driving the wrong way, near missing cars and things like that. Of course you would never do this in real life, but it's just something so you can just, in a game like this, the concept of basically being a bad driver is just perfect for video games. And there's something quite satisfying even when you crash yourself. So the downside of crashing yourself is, of course, that you are going to... That was my rival cars there, when you just crashed into the back of them. I mean, basically, in these type of races, you aim to go as fast as possible without crashing, but at the same time you want to be as risky as possible when driving, so you fill up that turbo meter. So you do want to drive against oncoming traffic. You do want to near miss cars. Do that. Yeah, literally just scrape the side of them. great scenery as well. In fact, we've got the plane flying over there just now. Yeah, so if you can't hit them when you've got them close up, look up like just a side swap. And again, you can't run multiply for near missing multiple or biplane up there as well, which is quite nice. It's a really nice subtle touch in this. That was quite an impressive thing with this. The Gamecube era was when you really started to see sort of modern visuals, and although this is a realistic racer and the graphics have aged somewhat, it still kind of has enough charm and character to keep itself together. I mean, not to say it's the best visual game from this era, and it has dated slightly, but it certainly looks better than a lot of other titles I can think of, and it's one of those games that shows that around this period you started getting what I describe as presentable 3D graphics. I think prior to this, even in the Dreamcast, there were quite a few games on the Dreamcast where the 3D visuals weren't particularly that good, or just didn't quite have the enough detail, whereas now you start getting the detail, you can start having sort of fun elements like planes in the background, trains and things, and something that, and stuff that looks reasonably approaching. I mean, the Saturn and PlayStation could do games like this, but they just lost the visual edge because you were constantly running against the hardware limits. First place, did the best total time. Okay, that's confusing me. Next race. So this is an awful lot of fun, Burnout 2, and it's certainly a game, if you have a Cube, you have a PS2 or an Xbox and you like racing, or it's certainly like this type of racing, crash racing, this is basically the must-purchase game on those systems. It is one I'd quite like to see a HD remaster of, I must admit.
2, 1, go!
Whether we will, I don't know. I would love to see a HD remaster. I don't know if we'll get one, but it is one I would like to see again. Certainly I'd like to say that let's this over some of the other Burnout games. I mean, Burnout Paradise is fantastic and really, really well deserved as well. In fact, that got a recent remaster as well, various formats, was much appreciated. That's probably I still prefer Burnout 2 over Burnout Paradise, but as the open world Burnout gets to go, Paradise is a fantastic game. Although a bit of a nightmare to, if you're going to capture gameplay footage, you can't actually capture the opening theme. You need to make sure you limit what music you're listening to. That's one thing I liked about Burnout 2. They directly did their own score for it, and I think it's really fitting with the game and far more enjoyable to listen to than a lot of modern racers that tend to use just CD music from bands and stuff like that, as if you're driving in a car. One, because their choice of CD music is not necessarily what you would listen to when driving a car, and two, because generally I regard it as a bit of a cheap way to do a soundtrack, because a lot of the tunes don't relate to the driving. So in games like this and Daytona, the music, and even Sega Rally, the music was designed to be in keeping with the tracks, and it brought a sense of adrenaline into you. You could hear the music as it changed, and it gave you a certain feelings and emotional attachment. Something just random songs ain't gonna do, because they're not linked in directly to the game itself, and that's something I think is one of the many tricks I've seen a lot of developers miss out on by not creating a soundtrack to score with your game. You do miss out on the ability to add suspense and things. And if you wanted to, you can also steadily have your game adapt the soundtrack as you're driving. So if you're losing, change the tempo. If you're winning, adjust the tempo in a different way and things like that. And that's something I really miss with. Okay, maybe this doesn't quite do some of that, but it's just nice to have its own original soundtrack, and that is something I do miss with some of the more modern games that just tend to use generic sort of tie-in licensed soundtracks. I've even worked on a title myself where we used those type of tracks, and while it wasn't bad, I did feel the game did lose something by using other people's music, because as I said, it just it never quite ties into the game directly. Now you may recognise bits of this course from the training area we were doing a bit earlier. They do reuse some of the sections of the course. In fact, I seem to recall even in Crash Junction a lot of the courses were repeated with just a different layout of the crashing cars that you to crash into and had to get higher scores. Just got an in-car view and an out-car view. You haven't got bonnet view or anything like that in this one. Stops in the middle of the track, didn't he? I could have a different first competitor. Just the same guys, don't try this and play with this. Going down the wrong road. I was happy to get rid of without crashing. Harder to do in that first person view than on this view. Should do oncoming. Always do oncoming with the school bikes. Of course, always riskier, but there's the risk reward benefits. Or you may drive down the wrong way, you don't get the turbo risk. Or you don't then drive how I did where you're crashing the car. As this is a relatively early race, fairly early on, the AI is pretty easy to beat. It certainly gets harder, as I remember. Another checkpoint. This one must go some quite long tracks. So really don't crash. Second, gold medal. So I got one more race in this tournament. I'll just skip the replay. As I said in the earlier section of the video, if you've got any suggestions for what you'd like us to see streaming over the coming weeks, certainly the minute we're doing Gamecube and GBA, just drop us a message and we might certainly see. We'll see if we've got it. Maybe we'll stream it one day. I certainly think we'll be streaming for probably most of this month. So, and do let us know if you enjoy the streams. I'll keep an eye on the views, etc. I don't necessarily think we get as many people when the stream goes out. Maybe the time's not ideal for everyone. But certainly, I've seen quite a lot of people view the after streams afterwards, which is nice to see. So do let us know. Even if this stream's gone out, do feel free, like commenting, etc. I know we saw a few comments yesterday from people who watched the stream afterwards, so we're obviously all clearly enjoying them. And I know because we have viewers all over the world, it's hard to get a time that caters for everyone, unfortunately. Well, I'm up 6 seconds on my nearest rival, so there's a nice little split time showing you where your nearest rival is, as you see there, well, a few times previously. So it's... oh, that's not so good though. So it is one game that is an awful lot of fun. I played through it many years ago now, so I am a bit rusty playing this. I'm sure if there was a How's My Dry, then you watch it, you people were watching me do this in real life, you would probably be properly dialing the number on the back of the How's My Dry card. Yep, and even the AI crashes as well, as you can see there. So it's always the best with those turbo boosts. Yep, I just crashed out, but it still's not fun to crash. Here's a really, really fun sort of arcade racer. I know these weren't arcade games, but they just have that arcade style feel. And I do wish there was more Burnout games being made, and it does feel like it's like the arcade style of racing does feel to have sort of died a death a bit. There's still a lot more serious races these days. I do find serious races a bit bland. I think my attitude, again, is if you just want to go out for a drive, then just go for a drive if you want to play a sort of realistic sim racing game. Oh, no, that wasn't the finish line. I've still got a lap to go. Right, time to win it then. So let's go oncoming traffic. As it looks like it should be doing swerve out of the way. Oh, yeah, you can literally get the burnout boost after the burnout boost and you do constant like online traffic, boosting around corners. Drifting as well, sorry. I should drift more, so to speak. Ooh, just avoided that. Drift. Some near misses as well. Best combos on 2 or 3. Again, this game did have an awful lot of unlockables, I'm sure it's good about games from this era. Certainly the early 2000s and late 90s where games were just packed with extra content, which I do deeply miss. There was a lot of incentive to keep playing and playing. I think that was one of the things. But these days, online modes are nice, but often playing against other players can get very boring and really sterile very quickly because other players traditionally, from my experience, a lot of online players will just try and find the best way to game the system because they just want to win rather than play for fun, which is what video games are all about. So I wouldn't necessarily say online gaming has improved the world of racing in games like this. So stuff like this, I would argue, just get 4 mates and you'll have far more fun with 4 mates and you're in the same room on the same console than just 4 random strangers on the internet. So there's the first trophy. Did I unlock anything? Around here you've unlocked Face Off, yes. On Interstate you've unlocked the Road to the Sun. So yes, there's lots and lots to unlock. Yeah, it's actually unlocking win this race to unlock a secret car. Yeah, let's do that. Got a bit past the 10:30 start, seeing as a little 10:30, finishing as a little late starting. Also, I unlock the secret car, yes, which I believe is that drag strip racer, which looks cool, and that has just left me dead quite literally. I do like all the environments in this one. I really do like the. You do get a feel of sort of busy city streets and sort of mountain roads. Something I kind of missed in Burnout 3 is I felt that tended to get a lot more just driving through busy city and claustrophobic cities, which got a bit tiring. With this you have a bit more nuance and ambience. And again, I should be driving against oncoming traffic and turbo wheels. Surprisingly long track against the secret cars. Probably one thing I would say, perhaps they could slightly shorten a few of these secret cars. You're only on 2 laps after the third, but that's perfect for that. So let's just keep going. You see there, I'm rapidly gaining away from my rival at the minute. So I'm going to be winning the secret car unless I screw up spectacularly. It does appear the minute you crash, your rival is right on top of you. Probably got slow car booster on, which is one of my most biggest pet hates in racing games. As it's known, elastic band racing, where the other cars automatically catch up to you. If you're a budding racing game designer, don't ever do that. Elastic band racing makes the game so unfun. It's one of the reasons it's really hindered Mario Kart. The AI just rubber bands you and it just takes out any skill and challenge. There's something quite enjoyable about being able to get so good at a game you can literally lap the opposition even at the highest difficulty. But if you just add in elastic banding, and yes, elastic banding does have a place. Slow car booster just certainly works in multiplayer as a handicap helper if you've got a player who's significantly worse than another player. That's actually where slow car booster really works well. So basically helping players who are nowhere near as skilled as another. But against AI racing, that's not a difficulty curve. That's just creating a luck stream. And Mario Kart is more about just the luck of the draw, the racing. So that's why I don't necessarily like that functionality. So yes, if you ever do racing games, don't include it unless it literally is to help struggling players in multiplayer. See there, you can see behind you as well as Z camera, which I don't really. It's one of those features that's nice to have in, but you're not really going to use it that much. I have no idea where the rival is. I think that would be quite helpful in each track, but obviously it doesn't. Oh, that was close. Oh. I think I'm near the end of this stage now. Yep, coming up based on the lap time. And to the victor, the prize goes. Crash this time. Congratulations, you have unlocked Hot Rod! Now, as we like to see in these type of games, lots of unlockables. If you want to see a standard gameplay video of this, please let me know and I'm happy to do one. Because I know the quality of these races isn't as good as our standard ones, unfortunately. There we go, the Hot Rod. Yeah, let's jump to another crash junction. Now that's how you cause a crash. It's 8 million worth of damage. Probably not enough actually. You really have to answer some of these crashes. I distinctly remember you literally having to total every car. Oh, wow, that wasn't good enough. Let's give it another whirl.
3, 2, 1, go!
Probably not behind up again. Yes, going into Mania overtime now. Hoo-hoo. Yeah, you see I should have hit one of those things at the front and send them flying out into all the others. So I managed to crash just about everything on the road, but missed all the vehicles at the start. I really want to shunt that far one on the right diagonally into the other so it shunts everything forward. Not bad. Let's give it one last shot. So let's try and see if I can turbo into the other one and see if that forces other stuff onto the road. Right spin, right angle. There we go, there we go. So now we're going to cause an absolute nightmare. Not as the previous one actually. Didn't quite get that at the right angle. It's 8 millimeters. We've already got one medal. Let's try again. And retry.
3, 2, 1,
Really get into this one. Smashed into all of them, and now I've got to hope I get down here fast enough. Vehicles. And also skid across the road so they all start crashing into one another. Well, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's move on to the next crash junction then. Didn't beat the silver medal. Next zone. But yeah, this mode's so therapeutic, such good fun as well. Just watching everything just smash everything, just cause chaos.
3, 2, 1, go!
Just hope it causes car. Should have hit something. A good one is to actually have one car hit it across the road and then your wreckage goes like straight. So this is not going to be a particularly good crash, I don't think. So we're not getting the after cars and stuff. Yeah, that was very good. That was a bit mad. Yeah, F1, that was rubbish. That was rubbish score right on a really... What I want to do is try and hit one of the cars so it sort of bounces back across the road. So this one goes into that side, I go straight down. Now this is the type of chaos you want. Everything crashing into the road. Yep, I'm happy with that. But yeah, that's what we do. Shunt one car that side, and you use your wreckage to crash the other side. So, and as you can see, that has caused total mayhem. It's only a gold medal as well. Okay, let's jump to the next one. As you go, these get progressively harder, the crash junctions, and I think there were a few repeats later on. Maybe they were some of the GameCube exclusive ones. I mean, all the tracks in this are preset, and they've basically done things like slice off a section of each track for each crash junction. Okay, let's restart that because that was terrible. That's not how you do it. I should have smashed one.
1, go!
Big vehicle smashing little ones. Yes, that's what I want to smash. Yeah, that's where you start getting the mass piles and everything starts. Origami. But that's one of my small gripes. This will often cut it even when the other vehicles are still crashing into other cars. There's 15 vehicles. This can be high enough. This can be 40. Yeah, gold. As always, if you're watching, please do, if you like the video, please do hit that like button. It always helps with the sort of rankings on YouTube. I know this is not our primary stream. We don't normally do streams traditionally, but I thought we'd just so if you do like streams, please do hit those like buttons. It does benefit the channel. Just hit our main. If you do like our stuff, do hit likes on our main videos as well. And if you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Although I expect most people watching this stream will be subscribers already. Oh yes, that's not a mountain road you want to be driving down. We've got pretty much everything on that one as well. Oh, we've got the cars in the back there. So we're going to send something flying down into them. Oh no, that was gold. That's brilliant. That's what we want. Let's do one more and then maybe I'll jump back to the racing, or no multiplayer tonight. I won't be showing it off with my fellow randomised gaming team member Dragoon.
1, go!
into that one a bit too early. You really want to hit the front vehicle so that every vehicle then smashes into the crew, the queue behind it. So basically, oh, missed all the oncoming traffic.
3, 2, 1, go!
Crashed into that a little bit too early by the looks of it. It doesn't looks like a lot of the cars are much further up. Ah, they're coming down. That's obviously the first. I see. I'm crashing. Okay, this is what I mean. Some of the later crashes, you really got to work out when is the best place to crash in. So you see, there only crashed a few side ones, and really that whole section later on. So really, what I want to do is whack one car in front of me. So although there's cars oncoming all over the place, you really want to make sure you. So we see all those queues driving away at the start. So I'm just going to take it nice and easy. Wait till it comes on. So what you want to do is move straight away so you hit the front side and then smack it out. Much better score. Causing a lot more carnage that time. I think you can do better. Basically what I want to do is turbo at the start, shunt the ones driving away in the last bit into those lots, and then you want the cars coming up driving back into you. Only bronze as well. See at the start there's a load of cars driving away. Really you want to catch up with them and shunt one of them. So those ones there we want to ignore. One of these ones we're going to whack across the road like that. Right, we're going to go flying into some of the other cars. They're going to go flying into some of the other cars. And we should start a bit of... Oh, is that one going to hit? No, that just misses out on some of those other ones. Damn it. Well, I got me a bronze. See, they're a lot of fun with the crash mode in. Let's look at the other modes again. So I've done one championship. Let's do a quick time attack. So despite the look of this car, this means you've got a huge selection of tracks here in Burnout. You've got Airport Terminal 3, State Blue, so you've got a real variety of tracks as well. Just on the shorter ones. Do a quick race on one of the shorter ones. Let's see how fast I can race around it. So yes, we will be streaming again this time, although every weekday night at the minute. So I'm going to be doing 9:30 to about 10:30. See, it's slightly overrun, but I thought I'd start a bit late. So nice if you're enjoying the game as well. Chatting away with people. We will stay for a bit later. Oh, we won't stay past about 11, maybe about 11:30 max. Fast time. Not really not to get a fast time. This is such a good racer because you still had the classic race mechanics in there. You still got the time attack mode, although admittedly you're aim is to rely on things like boosters to really help you to speed up. You've still got the sort of classic championship mode, you've got a horde of extras, and then you've got the awesome crash mode as well, which really was just packed with content Burnout. Point of impact. Burnout 2 point of impact. This wasn't stated earlier, right at the start, just see what we get. A slightly faster time. Up on the best so far. See if we can do a part of that without actually crashing. Just avoid the crash there. Give me some time for that. But near misses is never coming to track there. Should be fast time. Yeah. Question is this way faster? Well, that's not going to get me a better time. All the adverts as well, I just saw there on the signpost as well. Some really nice attention to detail. The flags waving to the planes coming over. Really nice, real nice attention to detail in this, considering its age. It was sort of, as I said before, one of those games that was sort of coming of age when the hardware was beginning to really allow you to do some nice things on console. In fact, I think there's probably some modern games quite a bit better than, because I've seen some pretty chunky indie games, I have to admit, and even some that I'm reminded, was it the Xbox 360 games that Road to Retribution or something, biker game? It was just absolutely horrible that everyone lambasted. Still has a lot of charm, and if you've got a GameCube, I highly recommend actually picking this up. It's not expensive to buy Burnout 2 in the slightest, so you can get it on Xbox as well and PlayStation 2, so it's relatively cheap on all the different formats, not that expensive, and just great fun to play. You just race around cities and crash into things. Right, I will give it one last lap and then I will finish. So thanks for watching everyone. I completed the stream. I've been your host, Random Gamer Riven. As always, just hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy our content. We'll be back tomorrow night. And if you've got any suggestions, as I mentioned earlier, if you've got any game on the GameCube or Game Boy Advance you'd like us to show, I'll see if we've got them. I'll check through the whole randomised gaming's library. Although I will say now, we don't have that many Japanese Game Boy Advance games. It's mainly, got a few US, got a few Japanese, so we've got a few thinking about it. The other day, we've largely got PAL games, got all the main sort of titles, Mario, etc. And that was terrible, that. So I'm going to end that there. Thanks for watching. Do leave a comment. Thank you for enjoying our streaming, and we'll be back tomorrow night. I have been your host, Random Gamer Riven, and I will be signing off for now. Thank you and good night, everybody.